Hey y'all, it's Monday, August 18th. Beautiful day out here in Southwest Florida, and looks like a great day to take the WorldCat out, so let's go for a ride. Gonna head down south down the ICW today, see what sights we could find, some interesting things to video. All right, so we're headed south on the ICW, and we're near the US 41 bridge. This is the North Bridge to get onto Venice Island. It's called the Hatchet Creek Bridge, or the North Bridge. Some people call it the KMI Bridge. But it's one of three bridges that allow vehicle traffic on the Venice Island. The second bridge is going to be the Venice Avenue Bridge. It's just beyond this Hatchet Creek. And then down by the airport there's the Circus Bridge, which is also the South Bridge. Pretty tall bridge at 30-foot clearance. Additional 3 at the center. Here's the Venice Avenue Bridge. And you can see just on the north side of Venice Avenue, this is the northeast corner, you have the old train depot, which was built in 1927 when the city of Venice was kind of being built. And then there's a boat ramp here too. This is the big boat ramp here in Venice. It's the Marina Park boat ramp. Tons of parking. It will get filled up on really nice days, but you know, it's a dual ramp, and a lot of people use it. You can see the Venice water tower, the blue water tower in the background. So we're south of the Venice Avenue Bridge here, and on both sides of the ICW you got a really nice bike trail walking path. It's called the Venetian Waterway Park Trail. The east side is kind of part of the Legacy Trail, which runs from Sarasota all the way down to Shamrock Park. Gosh, it's probably another 5 miles down here. Also, there's kind of a hidden area here called the urban forest that the city of Venice has been putting together. Doesn't get a lot of traction, and they don't allow bikes in there, but it's just for walking, and they have just a lot of plants and trees and flowering plants, a lot of local native type vegetation. It's a fun walk. So you could typically park underneath the Venice Avenue Bridge and then just walk south and you'll run into that urban forest. Then over here on the west side of the ICW, you got Venice High School. We're coming up on the Circus Bridge on the south side of Venice Island. So where we're at is just right by the Venice Airport, a little bit east of it. This marina here is Marine Max Venice, and there's a restaurant up there called the Salty Dog. A little bend here. This is where Shamrock Park is. So it's kind of near where Shamrock Road or Avenue intersects with 41 over by the Lowe's. So maybe a mile south of Shamrock Park, there's a no-wake zone here on the ICW, and it's for this little ferry. It's a pontoon boat that runs people from like South Venice over to Casperson Beach. So we're further down the ICW, and this is the Minnesota Beach Road Bridge. This is the north bridge that goes on to Minnesota Key, and this is also the entry point into Lemon Bay. Lemon Bay is a great body of water. It's fun to boat, really good fishing. So this is all part of Inglewood down here. There's 3 beaches on Minnesota Key. There's the Minnesota Beach, which is on the north side. There's a beach in the center of the key. And then there's Inglewood Beach down on the south side of the key, down by like Tom Adams Bridge and kind of the start of Stump Pass area. All right, we're down south in Lemma Bay. This is the Tom Adams Bridge, and this is the bridge that goes over to Inglewood Beach. We got a little bit of weather over here to the east. Right now I'm in the Gulf headed north, and not really worried about it, but I'm kind of curious where it's at, how big it is, what direction it's going. We're heading north, so yeah, it looks pretty good. So what we could do is fire up the radar and kind of see where this thing is. So we have the radar turned on. This is the cell that we're looking at, and our range is set up for 8 miles on this main ring, and then the inner ring is 4 miles. So we can see that from where we're at, this rain is about 4 miles away. And we can see from the direction of it, it seems like it's moving maybe south-southwest a little bit. So we're not concerned about it here, because by the time we move up past, if it does come out to the water, it'll be behind us. So this is one of the great parts of having a radar on the boat, is being able to monitor, you know, instantaneous weather. We could scan out. And we can see there's a number of other cells way up here. This is outer ring 36 miles out, so we can see that there's weather kind of along the coast. Look out in the Gulf, it's crystal clear, but these are just the typical afternoon storms that are building up. Another thing I like about the radar is we can tell distances pretty good. You know, if I want to find out how far I am from shore, I can zoom in the radar to, you know, one of the inner rings, and I can see right now we're a half mile from shore. So that main storm's about 3 miles off. And it's not big, so just wanted to show you the capabilities of the Garmin radar. It's the Fantom 24X. You know, it's one of their lower cost units. It's not an open array, it's a dome. It's not going to find birds for, you know, tuna fishing, but it's good for finding boats, looking at weather, looking at the shoreline, looking at channel markers. It picks all that stuff up great. I don't normally run with the radar on. It's real easy to turn on and off. There's just a transmit button up here in the top left, and that just turns it off. And then I normally run a combo screen with my sonar and then my navigation map. All right, so we just finished up our trip a little bit ago. Had to let my camera cool down. It was in overheated mode. Anyway, for the trip summary, our trip down the Stump Pass and back, ICW south, Gulf back, right at about 39 miles is what it turned out to be. Fuel-wise, we burned exactly 20 gallons of fuel on the trip. So it wasn't that expensive of a ride. It was quite enjoyable. I think we got some good video. We did not get hit by any rain. And yeah, it was a great trip. Stopped and fueled up afterwards. Filled up the tanks probably half. So that was about 110 gallons. Paid like $4.16 on the water, so the total tab was maybe about $4.50-ish or so, but I'll get a lot of good boat rides out of that. Anyway, I'm trying out this new Cool Rag. Read about it on the internet. Doesn't work. Not very cool. Put new water on it, flung it around, put it in my cooler, stayed cool for a couple minutes. Doesn't maintain any resemblance of cool, so just a little FYI there. And another FYI is, hey, the music, the 9 Aspen music. You know, we had that fishing song that came out about my trips out into the Gulf fishing. Great country song. You know, I hope you guys listen to it. Came out with a few more. Came out with one called Venice Town. It's about living in the town of Venice. Venice is a great town. This whole area is nice, the whole Gulf Coast. Made a song about hanging out at the sandbar, hanging out at the inlet at night, even about the experience of my wife and I going through Hurricane Milton, called Hurricane. So hope you all are able to check some of these out. They're free. I don't make any money on them. It was just fun to do, and they're right here on my YouTube channel. So that's about it for today. I'm flushing out the engines right now. Gonna head home and cool off, then come back and disconnect the hoses. But it was a great day, didn't get wet, was safe, and glad you were able to come on the trip with me. Take care.